Hey, what's up guys? This is Jaden here and welcome to another video. And in this video, you will learn how to write a click-through rate optimized meta description. Okay. Now, inside this video, you will learn about meta description SEO and you will learn how to write meta description that gets you high click-through rate. So let me just give you an example of what we do for our clients for meta description. So this is a Google Search Console, and you can see this is one of our clients. We're ranking nationally on a few of the keywords, and this is for the last 3 months. And you can see here our click-through rate for our main keywords, for example, Tire Singapore, Tire Online Singapore with 24%, and then Tires Online Singapore 16%, and for our brand 45%. Right, and if you look through for the course of it's not just for the last 3 months, but over the course of the last 12 months, the conversion rate it's more or less the same across the whole span. So it's pretty consistent throughout, right? For the main keywords that we are ranking for. So this is how we're gonna go through. We've used this strategy for all of our clients, and it has worked pretty well. And inside one of these steps, I'll also be showing you a strategy on how we actually make people click on your meta description. You know, a lot of videos talked about you need to make your meta description compelling. You need to make your meta description clickable. But we actually give you a strategy that you can use to make your meta description compelling and clickable. Right. So the main goal here for this video is to teach you how to write a click-through rate optimized meta description. Okay. So we have broken down this process, this whole entire process, to a simple 5-part process, which you can follow. And not to worry, I'm not just going to give you all these steps. I will be walking through with you step by step by using a random niche generator. So you kind of understand the thought process and the kind of like the exact steps of what to do. All right, so the first step that you want to do is step number 1. You want to, even before writing your meta description, you want to remember the formatting first. Okay. So step number 1 is formatting. So what is formatting? You want to keep your meta description within 155 characters. Okay, so you want to keep it within 155 characters. Now, why do you want to keep it that way? Okay, I'm going to show you an example, and right now I'm just going to open up a random niche. Okay, and let's say, let's get a better niche. Magnet therapy. Okay, let's get something more relatable. Okay, motorcycle gloves. Okay, so for example, my niche is motorcycle gloves. Okay, so this is my company sells motorcycle gloves or something related to do with motorcycle gloves. So I'm going to give you an example. So if we were to pop in this keyword into Google, okay, if you do not know where meta description is right over here. This is the meta description. Okay, these are all the meta description. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of what is a meta description that is not within 155 words. So for example, in this case, if your meta description is not optimized for 155 keywords, not 155 keywords, sorry, that'll be crazy. Just 155 characters. Your meta description will look something like this, where there's a truncation, whereby this is just ... So users will have to guess what is this about. All right, but if your meta description is within 155 characters, it will look very nicely laid out, something like this, right? Where it gives the users, it tells the users exactly what it is about. And whereas for this, the users will have to guess, like, you know, what is this ... Is it something related to what I want, right? So formatting is really important when it comes to meta description. Now, there's a lot of other, you know, tactics or other formatting or other ways of optimizing meta description. Some people say, you know, you just put in as much descriptions as you can and stuff like that. But generally, what we like to do and what we found that it has been working is you want to keep your meta description between 155 words, so it looks really nicely laid out like that, right? And the reason why is because sometimes Google doesn't find or will not use your meta description, even though you have optimized it for 155 words. So not to worry, because in step number 5, we'll teach you how to write. We'll teach you a solution for that. Now, so this is the first thing you want to keep in mind. You want to keep in mind that it needs to be within 155 words. And if Google doesn't use your meta description that you have typed in, then it means to say the meta description is, in Google's eyes, is not relevant to your content. And what they will do is they will then go to your content, and within your content, okay, say for example, this is my content, right? Let me just show you an example. Okay, can you load? Okay, so let's say, for example, this is a good example, right? So this is the meta description. Click for info on how cycle gear is accommodating social distancing effort and stuff like that. So over here, their meta description is this the same site? Resila, yeah. So over here, their meta description is a different one. Wait, that is Resila, resila.com motorcycles. Yep. So, okay, I'm going to refresh this again. I just want to show you an example of what I'm talking about, that sometimes Google doesn't use your meta description. So, motorcycle gloves from top brands, motorcycle gloves from top brands. So in this case, is using, right? And let me see. Oh God, this is loading so slowly. Jesus. Okay, so click for info. Click for info. So these are using the meta description that they optimize it for. Let me see, whether do I have a example here. You're in good hands with Chat Moto. Yeah, so this is so this is the example that we want. So as you can see here, the meta description says you're in good hands with Chat Moto, right? We have motorcycle gloves from top brands. Shop today, get free shipping, right? But over here, Chat Moto, their meta description is pulling from someplace else, right? And in this case, motorcycle gloves for sale, motorcycle riding gloves. So let's go ahead, and this is pulling from within. Okay, let's see. It should be pulling from within some place over here. For sale. Motorcycle gloves for sale. Okay, in this case, it's not pulling properly. It's pulling like from the shop categories. Yeah, it's pulling from here. Motorcycle gloves for sale. Yeah, motorcycle riding gloves. Yep, so in this case, it's pulling from this section over here, right? The meta description. And this is what I mean by when you optimize your meta description, sometimes Google may not take that data that you input inside your plugin or your optimization, and then they just select one. And the reason why is because sometimes they don't think, or in Google's eyes, they think that this section relates more to what this whole page is about. Okay, so this is just something that will happen. And again, if you optimize it and you see something like that, then you just want to go back to it and then re-optimize it again. Okay, so now after you have done after the first step, which is remembering to keep it within 155 characters, what I like to do is I'm using WordPress. So if you have WordPress, there's tons of SEO plugin that you can use. Take your pick, choose whatever that's you're comfortable with. For me, I use Yoast. I find it the most easiest and simplest to use. So when you keep it within 155 characters, what I like to do is I like to open up a word counter. Okay, so this can be any random word counter. And the reason for this is because with Yoast, okay, I'm not used to them not saying, like over here, you can put the number of characters that you want, but Yoast wouldn't show the number of letters or characters here, right? They'll just give you a green bar. So you can use this green bar, you know, and whenever you reach, whenever the meta description is too long, it will show, the color will turn red, right? So this is kind of like an indication. So I'm not gonna bore with this. You probably know this already. The reason why I like to open up word counter is because whenever I write in, so you can just delete this. Whenever I write in my meta description, what I like to do is before I click publish or I click update, I like to copy it. I just like to paste it in here because this will tell me how many characters I have. Okay, so this is the reason why I use word counter instead of the meta description box here, because sometimes even though your words are above 155 characters or above a bit more than that, it will still show green. So I prefer to check it manually. Okay, this is your own preference. This is my preference. So do what you're comfortable with the most. Okay, so that's step one. Now step two. Okay, step two, what you want to do is you want to list down all your keywords. Okay, keywords plus your relevant keywords. Okay, any keywords that you have, okay, list all keywords down. Okay, so what you want to do is you should have already done keyword research by now. You should have already know what is your relevant keywords. If you are not sure, check out the keywords or relevant keywords or keyword research videos. There's tons of videos about that. But you want to list your keywords out, and the reason why is because even though keywords is not a direct ranking factor, it's an indirect ranking factor. Okay, so what do I mean? Now, by ranking for a keyword directly, okay, you will not rank by including your keywords inside your meta description. You will not rank for that keyword. It will not contribute to any of the ranking factors, but it's directly contributing to the ranking factor because whenever you type in a keyword, right? So I'm going to give you an example. So say my keyword is motorcycle gloves. If I can select this, okay. And then I go to Google again and type in my keywords. So if you have your keywords within your meta description, right? So it will be bolded. So for example, in this case, the keywords is bolded here, it's bolded here, bolded here. And users that search for a keyword, or just say you, for example, if you are doing a keyword search, right? You will not read, to be honest, you will not scroll through and you will not read exactly what this is about. You know, some of you do, I don't know the problem with you, but most of us, what we do is we just scan, right? We just take a look and scan through. And generally, if we notice the words that is bolded is relevant to the keywords that we type, we would think that this will make more sense because this has more things bolded. Hence, this article should match what I want the most, right? As compared to, say, for example, I'm going to go to page 8. Say, for example, so say, for example, in this case, I'm searching for motorcycle gloves, but in this case, the meta description only shows motorcycle, right? It's only one bolded keyword as compared to this, for example, right? So which one will I tend to click on more if I'm just browsing through? Generally, most people want to click on the keywords that their keywords is highlighted the most. So in a way, it's increasing the click-through rate. And whenever click-through rate increases, your ranking go up. because Google sees that a lot of people are clicking through onto your page. Google thinks that people likes your page, and hence they will want to give more priority to your page, right? So, and you can see the reason why some of these sites are not even like on the page 8 and 9 is because they don't have this particular keyword, or their keyword is not the keywords can be separated, right? But some of them, like the example I showed earlier, right? Like this example I showed earlier, right? It doesn't have motorcycles in here. And the reason why is because, and one of the reason why maybe they are not ranking is because they do not have it in their meta description as compared to the rest of the guys over here, right? So the reason, and that's the whole reason why you want to have your keywords and relevant keywords inside your meta description. So what I would do is I'm going to simulate a very quick keyword research. So I'm just going to go over here, type in my keywords, and then let's see, motorcycle gloves. So I'm gonna list down my main keyword. So my main keyword is gonna be motorcycle gloves. Okay, and some of my relevant keywords will be, let's say it's this, and winter. And guys, I'm just doing, do not copy what I'm doing, because I'm just doing this for the sake of, I'm just doing keyword research for the sake of the video to help you guys understand how to really go about these 5 steps. So if you are running your own business or you run your own website, you will have a rough idea of your main keyword that you're trying to go after, and also the relevant keywords that you're trying to go after. Okay, so this is just a very simple keyword research that I've done on the spot. So this is the main keyword I want to rank for, and these are the additional relevant keywords that I want to rank. I want to include in this list, right? So once you have gotten this list down, let's move on to step number 3. Now, step number 3, okay, it's is this compelling, or writing a clickable or a compelling copy? So what is, or how do you actually write a compelling copy, or how do you actually write a optimized meta description? A lot of videos, at least when I first started learning SEO, they were mentioning, write compelling copy, or write clickable copy. But what the hell is a compelling copy, or what the hell is writing a clickable copy? Okay, now this step 3, it's you need to look for a call to action power word. Okay, so what are call to actions? Now, call to actions are something that you give the users a instruction on any part of your website or any part of your copy, or basically the whole idea is you want to give your instruction, you want to give an instruction for your users or your readers to do something, right? And a power word is the kind of word or the kind of phrases that you would use. So if you want your title, or if you want your meta description, if you want people to click on your meta description, you want to insert a call to action power word. Okay, so what I like to do is you can just go to Google, type in call to action power words, for example, and you have a list, you have a whole chunk of resources that you can use here, right? And I generally like to just select one of this. Okay, and then I will just kind of see what kind of call to action I can do, right? So I can, there's tons of call to action here, right? So what you want to do is, once you have gotten the list of call to action, and essentially most of them are the same, right? So there's a lot of crazy resources that you can use. So I just like to pick a few that I want to shortlist. Okay. Now, as you can see over here, we haven't started writing our meta description. And the reason why is because we want to collect all these resources we can, and then we'll use these resources to structure and write our meta description. So what do? We can, first of all, pick out the kind of keywords we want, the kind of call to action words that we want, right? So in this case, for example, if my shop is selling motorcycle gloves, for example, selling moto gloves. Okay, I'm just gonna go shortcut. Okay, what are the keywords that I want to use, right? So for example, I might want to use for like act now, buy and save. Okay, if this was an e-commerce site, I will be using a meta description like this. Okay, buy and save, or maybe buy now. Okay, maybe buy now, or let me just shortlist 3. Compare prices. Yeah, maybe compare prices, one of them, right? So you do not want to put in a lot of call to action keyword. You want to just shortlist 3, okay? But you just want to use 1. Because if you give too many instructions to your users, they will get confused, right? So this is if I'm selling motorcycle gloves. But what if I am selling what if this is about a guide on motorcycle gloves, right? So what is the keyword or the call to action for a guide, right? So essentially it's not going to be shop now, right? So what I will do is download now, for example, if this is a guide that people can download now, for example, or get more info here. Okay, get more info here, or example will be learn more. Okay, and there's tons of call to action that you can use. Tons, right? So this is an example. Now, if you are a leads company, for example, you are generating leads, then it will be like call now, schedule a call today or something like that, right? You get what I'm trying to say. So what you want to do is just shortlist 3 of these power words, okay? Just shortlist 3, but you're just going to use 1, okay? So just pick up 3 and then you can kind of decide what you want to use later. Okay, now moving on to step number 4. Now, step number 4 is you kind of want to take a look at step 4. You want to take a look at Google's favorite. Okay, so what do I mean by Google's favorite? Now, if you were to look at the, where is my motorcycle gloves? Okay, what do I mean by looking at Google's favorite? Google's favorite are essentially every ranking that is ranking on page 1, because if it's ranking on page 1, not for the ads, obviously. If it's ranking on page 1, it means Google likes it, right? The reason why it's on page 1 is because Google likes it, and if Google likes it, Google promotes it to their users, and hence it's on page 1. So what you do is you kind of want to have an idea of what your meta description should be, right? So in this case, for example, you'll take a look at the top few ranking pages. So for example, motorcycle gloves from top brands, right? And it's talking about discounted prices. Find the motorcycle gloves you need with free shipping available, right? So this is a call to action. Okay, top brands. So this is talking about top brands and discounted prices. So this is click for info on another call to action, right? Pick up the perfect pair, right? So you just kind of want to see what this whole idea is about. So essentially, it's more about like asking people to come and see their selection and their unique selling points, like gold membership, discounts, free shipping, and stuff like that. So this gives you a rough idea of how to structure your meta description. Okay, so if this is the first page, what I like to do is I like to pick out a few, or maybe 1 or 2 that I really like. Okay, so for example, this is one that I really like. I'm just gonna copy this, and then you're just gonna paste it somewhere here, and then I like to copy 1 more. So protect your hands and wrists. Let's see, browse our selection. Fine. Yeah, I kind of like this one because it's really nice, and it doesn't have the truncation. Truncation means when your words are too long and it becomes like a continuation where people have to click on to find out more, right? So that's something that I really like. So I'm gonna keep it down. And these are all the things that I essentially need, right? Which I will move on to the next step, which is the last step. And step number 5 is you want to follow the Ccc method, right? Or the Ccc formula, okay? And the Ccc formula stands for contextual, compelling, copy. Okay, you want to make sure that your copy, the description that you're writing is not only compelling, but it needs to be contextual. So what do I mean by contextual? If your site is selling a e-commerce site and you're selling motorcycle gloves, you do not want your page or your meta description to be something about download now or get more info here or call now or schedule a call today, right? You want to make sure that your meta description is talking about the selections that you have, the kind of products that you have, the kind of deals that you have, right? Anything that is contextual to the page that you're talking about. Similarly, for example, if your page is about a guide, right? You do not want a meta description to be written about, buy and save now, because that is not essentially what your page is about. Your page is about a guide where people can get more info. You don't have to include in a call now or schedule today, right? Or you do not want to put in like find the largest selection of motorcycle gloves, right? You just want to put in something that is contextual, that is related to the content that you are publishing on that particular page. Okay, so it must be contextual, because if it's not contextual, what's going to happen is, if it's not contextual enough, what's going to happen is Google might ignore the meta description that you set and just go onto your page and crawl a particular section of your page and use that as the meta description. Okay. Now, if you're optimizing for your meta description, you want to make sure that, it's optimized. You do not want to just put in a meta description and then allow Google to, crawl through your website on its own. And secondly, a compelling copy. Now, a compelling copy, you already have the call to action power word. You can use the call to action power word. You already have some of the examples that that you have searched from Google's favorite. So let's go ahead and write it. So for example, if now I am writing a motorcycle gloves page, where this page is all about selling motorcycle gloves, right? So what I will do is I will include everything that I want to include in. Okay, so for example, meta description, and I'm just doing this straight from scratch, because I obviously don't own a motorcycle gloves, although I love motorcycles. Used to write one in the past. Okay, so now meta description. Okay, so what I will do is I will include the keywords that I want to. So motorcycle gloves. Okay, and then I'll just list down the keywords that I want here. Okay, so this kind of give me the kind of words that I want, and you don't need to necessarily put in the direct or the whole phrase itself. You can have just part and parcel, part of the related keywords that you want to include in. I lost for words there for a minute. My brain shut down. It's early in the morning, guys. So what I will do is, if this is something about motorcycle gloves, I'm selling a range of motorcycle gloves. So for example, let me take a look. Find the largest selection of motorcycle gloves. So copy this, paste it here. Motorcycle gloves at, let me just change this a bit. Moto. Okay, save my website is best bikers. Okay, I have no idea, but I'm just gonna roll with this. .com, the best destination for OEM, best destination for heated winter and leather moto gloves. Okay, so I can put something like this, and then the best I can change it to so let me think of one compelling keyword. Okay, let me just try buy now. Okay, or yeah, I'm just gonna go with buy now. Buy the best gloves, the best heated. Okay, I know. Okay, with a select from a range of heated winter or leather gloves and buy now. Okay, something like this. Okay, and then generally what I like to do is I like to refine it for at least 7 times. Okay, so that's my golden rule. I usually refine it for 7 times. You don't have to necessarily refine it for 7 times, but you want to don't take it as it is. You just want to make sure that you do it once and then you do it again, and then for the 3rd time and then for the 5th time. And then if you find that you cannot optimize it for it anymore, then just go ahead and publish it, right? So now we have find the largest selection of motorcycle gloves. Since here is already to find the largest selection, I'm going to change it to choose from heated winter or maybe free shipping for our heated winter or leather gloves. Buy now. Okay, so say for example, so this has clickable. Is it contextual? Yes, because this page is about selling motorcycle gloves, right? And is it compelling? Well, find the largest selection of motorcycle gloves at bestbikers.com, right? So free shipping for our heated winter or leather gloves, and a compelling call to action, which is buy now or shop now or browse the selection now, right? And then we have all the relevant keywords in here. So we have heated winter leather, right? We have heated winter leather, and we have motorcycle gloves here. Okay, so whenever people search for leather motorcycle gloves, this is going to get bolded, and this is going to get bolded. Okay, so what I like to do, it's if I'm using Yoast, so I like to just plug it in. Okay, I like to just plug it in here and see how does it look. Okay, on both mobile and desktop. So as you can see here, it doesn't have the truncation, right? It's very clear, and you can sort of see the whole meta description of what this page is about, right? And what I like to do is I like to just make sure that this is within 155 words, right? So find the largest selection, free shipping for heated winter or leather gloves. Buy now, right? So this is just an example of what how to write a very really good meta description, because this is contextual, it's compelling, and you have your relevant keywords inside there as well. Now, essentially what you can use is you can use this. If I were to do a range around this, I can do a twist around this example as well. But this is how you want to go about doing it. And there you have it. Once you have written this down, you can go ahead and publish it. It looks good on both mobile. looks good on both mobile and desktop. And what you do is once you publish, to write the best meta description, you can only write the best meta description at this point in time, because the best will always change. Okay, so what do I mean? Every single time when you publish a meta description, once you publish it up, right, it will be best for only that period of time. But 1 month later, you got to go back and you got to take a look at the results, at your click-through rate, right? So for example, you can go to your Google Search Console and then just put compare by last 3 months or monthly. If you want to do a comparison monthly, you want to monitor whether your click-through rate has gone up or gone down, because if it has gone up, then that's good. But if it has gone down, then what you want to do is you want to go back, okay, to this whole steps, and you just want to redo this step again, because it means to say maybe the power word is not good enough, or your copy is not compelling enough, or maybe it's just serving the wrong searcher's intent, where your copy, where your meta description doesn't match your page and people are bouncing off and stuff like that. So you just want to make sure to monitor all the stats under Google Search Console, right? You can get all your click-through rates here. Okay, so that is how you actually optimize your meta description for click-through rate. So if you have learned how to write a good meta description, just drop a like, so I know that people are enjoying this video. If it's helping them, and if you'd like to see more videos, please make sure to subscribe. And if you're looking for SEO services, just visit us at traf.com. That's TRAFFE.com. And last but not least, this I really want to know, and I'm really curious, because when I was searching through the power word, right, which power word to use and not use, there are some power words that I will actually not use. Okay, so let me know in the comment section down below, which power words would you not use? Meaning to say, you will not use this power word for your meta description. Okay, let me know in the comment section down below. Would you not use words like hurry or investigate, right, or how to, or give a gift, right? Let me know in the comment section down below which of the power words you think you will not use in your meta description. Okay, let me know in the comment section down below. And that's all. Till the next video, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.